Oh, so this. Oh, well, there you go. So Majestic Esports essentially was a. So they were. It was Chris Luck, Whisper, and K1, the player that's having the issues that's not here now. But then as well as Dunhai and Yadami was that roster there. So a couple of different players now this time around for this event. So a couple of the players, I suppose, have been to the have been to a minor at least, but even then, I mean, the point still stands. Even if you've been to one or two minors, I mean, still getting the opportunity to go back is obviously a big deal.
Dire team pick.
OD band from Gorillaz-Pride. Kunkka still there. Seems like a decent mid option for Gorillaz-Pride right now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Huskar is still there as well. Saw him make an appearance last game. Ember Spirit, another mid one that comes to mind.
Radiant team pick.
Admiral Kunkka.
Do go the Kunkka. I do like the Kunkka. It's a good send back against like a Sven or a Sand King. X marks the spot. It's definitely going to work this game. And it's whenever you have the 9th pick mid option, not knowing what you're going up against, I think Kunkka's a pretty good option usually. One of the hard counters to Kunkka is a Timber Saw. Or no, not necessarily. No, I'm thinking something else. Never mind.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, Timber Saw I suppose is okay, but I was thinking a Dragon Knight
5
matchup
seconds
actually.
remaining.
No, different for different for Kunkka. Of course, X and stuff would actually be annoying for a Timber Saw. There is that Huskar option. As mentioned, they do have Doom, which would be annoying. They go Monkey King
Choose
direction,
your
though.
hero.
Okay, so we'll be the Monkey King for Chris Luck. Matched up against the Kunkka, we figure, unless they do an audible here and throw a Leshrac mid as a result of that Monkey King pick. Which I suppose isn't out of the question. Yeah, no, Usha's going to play Leshrac. Yeah, that makes more sense. Definitely a much more favorable matchup for the Leshrac right here. So it ends up being a mid Leshrac, even though when they picked it, I don't know if they necessarily were planning on it being a Leshrac. Did we just pause? We did. Always tell when all of a sudden things start to freeze a little bit. So game has been paused, but Moose on the Kunkka. Wait, Moose is their position. Is he their position 3? No, he's position 4, right? Yeah, position 4. So Sword. So it will be a Doom offlane, and Kunkka's going to end up playing a support in the end. Okay. Interesting there. So, I mean, I mentioned the Kunkka pick for a mid option. I mean, maybe they were planning on running a support all along, because Kunkka's skill set still is strong. But yeah, we do have the Lich Grimstroke supporting cast. Paired up with Sven to be able to run in. Also now paired up with the Monkey King to hop on in. I do like the synergy of Anvorguesa's lineup. I am concerned though that this anti-mage is going to get out of hand. This Monkey King didn't necessarily address the anti-mage with that final pick, so that's where I'm not certain about it. And especially now, I'm sure they picked the Monkey King with the idea that it'd be matched up against Kunkka, but that's not even the case now. So, yeah, is Monkey King really that great this game? I don't know. Well, as we heard, we at least are on pause now. Going to be ready to get loading into our first game of this best set of 3. Get the retweet going of this match. Get people tuning in, the hype. Minor spot on the line for the South American region. I know. A lot of you are here just simply to wait and see when the series finishes, so the patch may come out. But two things for that. One, respect the teams right here playing for a minor spot. I feel like, they definitely have earned it, and it's important for them, as I was stressing earlier. But two, they did say it's going to come out after the qualifiers. It doesn't mean it's going to be right after, so just want to make sure people aren't set up for disappointment. They are majestic. Jesus Christ, this caster. Yes, I figured that out eventually. Sorry, I'm admittedly not somebody that sits here focusing on the South America Dota 2 scene and knows the in and outs of the rosters and the team, so I apologize. No need to be so hostile with the caps lock.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
Mr. Komodo, I don't even know. Your name is way too long. Your name's like 25 characters. All right, anyways, back to the game.
Prepare for battle.
A lot of tipping going on. A lot of battle points being given out. Helping one another. Hi, Mr. Ush.
You have done a great service.
Yo, this guy has no chill, man.
So Ush Leshrak. As Anti-Mage is right now setting up to be mid, though. So Kunkka's going to be at the bottom lane with Doom. Unless, okay. So they are swapping things up. That was a little interesting. I was very curious for a second. Anti-Mage into the Monkey King mid.
30 seconds to battle.
But no, it will be Leshrak, and they're just waiting to see where the opposition is, because now Anti-Mage is heading towards the bottom lane. See the very aggressive ward. In fact, I believe they did the same ward last series, at least one of the games, I noticed. Sven is up here setting up the trial lane, so Anti-Mage wants to avoid that, I'm sure. Wouldn't mind going off lane into the Sand King. As Doom is making his way up here.
The battle begins.
Sand King got the bottom rune, so that means it's going to be a 3-for-1 for Anvorguesa. Start things off, so obviously a good start for them. As Disruptor, he's going to help block a little bit. Ush missed the initial block. Good backup right there from Disruptor. Still going to be a favored for Monkey King slightly. Puts down the sentry, is going to go counter ward. Good start here for Chris Luck. Who's sitting mid? That would be Kunkka sitting in the mid lane. Waiting for that courier to come through. A sword top lane, the tri-lane's on him, and he could not get away. It looked like the Inkswell hit, and he just could not run away at that point. I'm sure the Stormhammer used as well. So Doom will TP back to the top lane immediately, but he's going to have to play the game of survive as long as possible. Sven, though, is TPing bottom lane. They got the first blood, and now they want to match up against the Anti-Mage. But because he's TP'd down here, I'm sure Anti-Mage may look to TP to the top lane. Kunkka's still chilling. Where's the courier? The courier's up here, so actually, hey, if he might get it on the way back. Unless Monkey King finds something suspicious. I mean, Kunkka hasn't shown yet, so that's a possibility. He might micro the courier differently on the way back, but or he may even hold on to it. Yeah, I have to assume, though, Anti-Mage is going to want to TP to the top lane. With now the Sven down here and the Lich. Make sure he gets that safe lane farm. As I hear it, yep, there we go. He's going to be TPing sure enough. And Kunkka walked back as the courier was coming. So, man, he really just mistimed that, unfortunately. Guess he figured maybe just figured he wasn't going to be able to kill it. At that point, though, why is he waiting so long? So, I don't know. He's got a Torrent to set up mid lane. Try to go for it. Torrent lands. Chris Luck, the Splitter, the Mischief is not going to help him there. And the Lightning Storm, one more auto attack. Yes, it is enough from either character, and they get the kill. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage goes down, though. So much for being a little bit safer. He goes down to the top lane of what's Grimstroke and the Sand King. Guess as a stroke of fate hit him to finish the job, perhaps. Gaze to pull in Disruptor. Stormhammer setup. Very fast playing from this Radiant side early on. Excel, he's going to be cut down by Sven.
Runs down. Yes.
So it's a 3-1 start now, favoring
Dire's bottom
Anvorguesa.
tower is under
As
attack.
Doom slowly walking back towards the bottom. And Monkey King, oh, split Earth again with a mischief, though.
What I please.
He's 12-1 against an 11-0 Leshrac. Monkey King's certainly doing well. It's back to the top lane. Disruptor, he could be in a lot of trouble. That Inkswell hits. And no chance to get away. Anti-Mage, all that he can do is right-click and hope that they get off of him. Not likely to happen there. And Disruptor is going to have to make the walk of shame. And no boots even. Slowly make his way back, though, as Doom's soaking up farm bottom, for now at least. And this landing phase is certainly favoring Anvorguesa early on. All three of their cores are actually doing very well. The mid matchup's the one that's kind of back and forth right now, but both the bottom and Sven and Sand King at the top doing fantastic at this point of the game. Lich doesn't even have Frost Shield yet. Level 2 of the Frost Blast can be used. As Sven's in pursuit. It finally gets over the Stormhammer. Took him a while. Torrent. Oh, Torrent comes out, though, and stops Sven pursuing further. And he'll turn around and go back for some last hitting.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottle pickup on Sand King at the top lane.
Not for you.
Invis Rune as
All right.
another pause.
Okay, that was unexpected.
Invis Rune going to be picked up by Lich, as we see right here.
To a future of grief.
Don't think he's going to be able to make much happen with it. More of a denial from the other side. This caster likes pineapple in his pizza. First off, BreakyCPK is the name. Second off, I don't mind it. I'm not searching for it. I don't go to a pizza place and ask for pineapple pizza, but it happens to be pineapple and ham or whatever. You know, I'll have a slice or two. 10. Jericho just suicides to the tier 2 tower at the top lane. And there's that Invis picked up. Now they ping it out, they know, but again, Lich is not going to be able to do much anyways with this. I don't know if Ush necessarily needs to be too scared. Or maybe he does, because now he has the mana. He's got some mangoes even. He does have Gaze. It's only a 1.3 second stun, essentially. He gets some Jingu stacks up. Oh, he's going to Frost Blast open. Pop the mango. There's the Gaze. Here comes Kunkka, though. Perfect timing for him. X going to be put out as well as Split Earth, making sure to lock down Monkey King and not give him a chance of chasing further. So no kills in the end, but definitely saving the Leshrac there. 5-minute bounty runes coming out, and patch 7.22 is gonna be fun. What are we gonna see in the patch? Who knows? But it's about time for a change. It has been a while, hasn't it, since our last bigger patch. It's been a pretty long stretch right here. There's a couple of the events that were taking place. Let's see, 7.21D was March 24th, so literally 2 months ago was 7.21D. 7.21 was January 29th, so yeah, it's been essentially 4 months since the last decent patch. I guess C was a decent patch. That was March 2nd. That also introduced Mars. Yeah, C was pretty good. D, to be fair, D did do a fair amount too. But still, 2 months since the last any bit balance change, that is a while. That does feel like a while for a game, so. It's good to have that patch coming out soon.
Oh, bounty!
And who knows, maybe they'll add a shrine, add a second Roshan, you never know. Anti-Mage, gonna get comboed, but he'll be fine. Has double Wraith Band coming out to him, eventually. Once the courier stops being used, Ush is over here with a Shrine Pop and Kunkka. Now they're gonna smoke back towards the mid lane, see if they can make a play on Monkey King. They get that X, the Torrent, there's a Torrent. The Torrent does not hit.
How's it feel?
Maybe if the Torrent hits, but not the case. A 2-1-2 build from Leshrac, so does pick up the value point in Double Edict. Leveling up Split Earth as well as Lightning Storm, though. Net worth, it's Doom leading the way. As he's really picked up. He had a very difficult lane up top, but of course they made the rotations. Now he's doing much better bottom. Speaking of the top lane, though, Disruptor, here's probably dead as he gets a glimpse off at least. But Grimstar comes back in. There's a Pearl Strike on all three heroes. The Gaze as well pulls an Anti-Mage, so Sankey gonna survive for now. Taking out Disruptor. Anti-Mage getting very low. Has a blink ready. X gonna bring back Jericho.
Not so safe harbor,
Can they really do
eh?
anything with it, though, is the question. Probably not, unless Ush has something to say about that. Pulse Nova is activated, just running at them. Doing some good damage over time. He gets stunned with a Burrow Strike, and Ush is getting low. He ends up falling. It took him a while to cast much else. And he goes down a 1-for-1 trade. We're looking good for the Radiant. Anti-Mage is going to fall. Double kill for Stinger. That seemed a little odd right there. Leshrac just kind of charged in with a Pulse Nova and didn't use any. I don't even think he used Lightning Storm or Edict for that matter.
Too bad.
Was being very hesitant on using other abilities, but either way, that's a great turn for the Radiant. Nearly 739 gold, it looks like to be exact, going their way.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Lich ports into the bottom lane. To help defend it, throws up that Frost Shield. As Doom's trying to finish those drums, he also has support coming in. Ush included Lightning Storm opening. He dodges the Split Earth. The X was not immediately. Either way, it doesn't matter. Edict will help tick down the tower. That's a 4-kill streak stopper as well for Ush, so that's a pretty important kill for the Leshrac. And they get the tower on top. Now Sven wasn't just a last game thing. He does go the Hand of Midas once again. So very same build as last game. The Hand of Midas into the Echo Saber. You know, last game wasn't a huge fan of it. It did work out in the end, as Tsunami was talking about. This game, I think he definitely can get away with it a bit better. You know, they're not against that all-in early push strat. It's a game that will scale, certainly. I still feel like the Echo Saber first item that we usually see is pretty good in itself and a nice flash farming tool anyways, but yeah, this is definitely a little bit greedier of a route. Lich, next. Torn missed. Interesting. Didn't pull him back in time, but he is still going to die. So it's not the prettiest execution here, but they are going to find Grimstorm too. The Split Earth just out of range. Man, these Torrents and Split Earths are slightly missing. They're having those pauses for lag and stuff like that. It's believable. Yeah, G-Pride, they're going to push bottom lane now instead. As the team go for the tier 2 tower, that Edict to level 2, so the 2-2-2 build on Leshrac. Just wants it all, damn it. I love the animation, by the way, of this cosmetic. It's pretty cool. They are going to catch Disruptor, though. Kinetic Field's not going to save him here, as 3 heroes really just collapse on top of him. Unexpecting. So Drums finish on Doom. He's going to use it right away. Pops the Doom on Sand King, picks up the Bounty Rune in front of him. Frost Shield, I don't think is going to save him, though. Ush running at him with the Pulse Nova and the Edict. They get the kill on Sand King. Ush wants more. Lightning Storm in, but he realizes that there's more there than he wants, so he turns around and goes the other way. Kunkka's here as well, does not have level 6, though. And that will be the end of the fighting. So this other Bounty Rune also going to be picked up, and it was a 3-for-1 to favor G-Pride this time. Anti-Mage got one of the Bounty Runes up at the top. Monkey King's also going to go the Echo Saber, not that that's surprising. But both him and Sven looking to pick it up. Can hop on the tree, trying to make a play at the top lane, but there's supports here. In fact, they see Lich coming. They're going to catch Lich first. Oh, good. Splitters. Chain Frost bouncing around even. Ush is getting very low. Ush is going to fall. Are you kidding me? He gets turned. The Mischief play in the midst of that as well from. That wasn't even Mischief either way. They get the turn kill onto the Leshrac, and I mean, the fact that Lich lived is absurd. Chain Frost doing so much damage, though. Bouncing between the heroes and nothing else. And now Sword. He's running around in circles. Score starts active. Shockwave through. The burn, it is enough damage to take out the Grimstroke, but now Doom having to survive against the Monkey King. Yeah, I mean, it has to be said, that one right there was critical missing. Missing that Split Earth allowed that Chain Frost reaction to happen and the end result. So I don't know if it's lag or what, but you can't have many more of those misses. The minor spot on the line. She's going to be gone on here. Epicenter on top. The Pulse Nova used, so he did some nice return damage, but good mana proves to be from the Radiant side. Do enough damage to make the kill happen. And Anvorguesa up 1,000 net worth early on in this game. I still think the Anti-Mage is going to be an issue. So, despite this early lead for Anvorguesa, don't necessarily think they should be feeling too comfortable. The win percentage is looking decent, 69, haha, 31%. But Battle Fury queued up now for Mr. Anti-Mage. Leshrac is struggling on farms, 6th in net worth currently. Looking to build that Rod of Atos after the early ring of, or the Arcane Boots. Blink finished on Doom. He is the top farmer in the game. He's continued to be, and that's showing now too. With that Blink Dagger to go with the drums. Monkey King has his Echo Saber delivered. Speaking of that, Sven's getting close to it as well, using the Hand of Midas all it's worth. So he is just about there himself. BKB is probably going to be a pretty important night in this game, too, for both those cores. Wouldn't be surprised to see that next for both of them, in fact. You're dealing with Disruptor, Doom, Leshrac, Kunkka. It's all just heroes that Black King Bar is pretty good against. Very calm play in the middle lane right now, but not calm for too long. Wukong's going out Soulbind on Leshrac. No one else yet, though. He's not going to tether that anyone. Doom finally gets out of the Wukongs, but he gets stunned as he does. Chain Frost bouncing around. Excel gets picked off quickly, and Sword also falls. 2 are dead on the side of the Dire, as that's going to be a third apparently on Grimstroke goes down, and so does Monkey King over here with Anti-Mage jumping in with the Mana Void, doing some good damage. Pulse Nova active from Leshrac, but again he gets stunned at the last second. He goes down. They do kill Sand King, so back and forth from either side, as Anti-Mage will stay alive, but Moose got picked off over here by Sven, or more so Lich getting credit for the kill, but I'm guessing Sven doing most of the damage.
Middle tower is under
All right,
attack.
well, that was quite the back and forth battle right there. It looks so good for Anvorguesa initially, but the Mana Void from Anti-Mage as he came in, apparently doing plenty of damage, and set up a slight turn as Doom's Sven.
Dire's middle tower is under
I
attack.
don't think it's enough, though. He's going to survive And now Doom himself could be in trouble. And he is in dead trouble, in fact.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Well,
attack.
that is not good news for
Radiant
G-Pride.
structures are fortified.
As 15-minute bounty runes also happen to spawn, but mid lane they want to defend. Glimpse is ready. This Leshrax's in so much trouble. Gets extra greedy going for the tower. Gets out of the kinetic field though, so maybe not. They kind of just left him. Okay.
Dire's top tower.
What am I saying? Disruptor's on his team. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. The way he was setting up, I'm sitting there thinking that he's on the Radiant in that play. That makes so much more sense than what just happened. Got you guys, April Fool. No, that's too late. Well, the Radiant team going to group up and push middle now, or are they? They find the stun on Disruptor. Sand King secures an easy kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Doom is here to defend now himself. Shockwave ready. Kunkka ship is ready too.
Dire's middle tower
The hell's
is
happening
under
over here
attack.
though? Lich, he finds several more heroes. Wukong's ready for Monkey King. If they commit to this kill, which you can tell G-Pride knows, that's a little too aggressive, so.
Dire's
But they still have the
structures
tier
are
1 tower
fortified.
up, so yeah, they don't want to just give this up. Monkey King drops down.
Dire's
And that'll be the
middle
end of that.
tower
You
is
see,
under
Splitter
attack.
used to
Dire's
kill
middle
some
tower
trees,
has
just in
fallen.
case. Our team looking to initiate the combination out with the Static Storm as well. Sven's caught Wukong's canceled several times. Chris Luck's thinking about it. What's he doing for so long? Finally uses the Wukong. Stuttered there so much. They've lost two though. Glimpse going to be used. Chris Luck really wants this kill in Disruptor and he's going to get it. But is this team find around him? Whisper hiding inside the Wukongs in the Sandstorm. Monkey King going to chase after another. They catch Leshrax. So that is a big kill for Anvorguesa. And yeah, that seemed odd there how many he canceled like 5 different times, but the end result not necessarily that bad for the Radiant, especially getting that kill on Leshrax. I think Monkey King is fine with that. He is going to buy a BKB next as expected. Sven is going to go Blink first.
Radiant's
That's
top
understandable,
tower is
but
under attack.
certainly would think he's going to be going to BKB as well to follow. Put a Defiance purchase by Sand King. He's working on that pipe. Are they going to smoke? They're grouping up like they were. Don't have any smoke though, so never mind. Here's a smoke. G-Pride will go for one themselves. Anti-Mage not with them. Of course, he's farming away. He's got the Battle Fury now. See that acceleration. G-Pride moving through. Can they find the jump? Blink is ready on Doom. So is the ability. He wants to go. They're thinking about it. Lich. He doesn't want Lich, though. He wants something else. Maybe the Monkey King. Finds Sand King, and Doom is going to be used on Sand King as well as the ship, so they catch and they pull back in as well into the Static Storm on Grimstroke. Beautifully played. They make 2 happen. Sinister's Gaze not going to be canceled by the Glimpse, and now Lich in an atrocious spot, although Glimmer Cape saves him. Usha's still chasing, but he cannot chase far enough. Kunkka trying to land the torrent. He dodges it, though. Still lands the X, but now they're committed past this Tier 1 tower. Into a Wukong's. However, the Dire team able to just run away out of it. Wukong's canceled pretty quickly right there. Ush, though, Chain Frost, will it bounce back? Ush is still dead. He just got too much of a slow on. It bounces over to the neutrals. Back over to Doom. He got his blink off at least. Down here, Excel cannot get away, though. And Sven still wants to chase this Doom. He is a fast target, though. So Doom will manage to barely survive. Again, Anti-Mage just farming during all of that, so if you're the Dire team, as long as it's not too many casualties, you're not too disappointed.
Cold preserves me.
Prefer it's not Leshrax, but that's fine. He does have his Rod of Atos finished and is working on his own BKB, in fact. Yeah, when I'm solo casting, I use chat as my co-caster, but it goes without saying there is a 5-minute delay, guys, so that's why when I'm responding to you 5 minutes later, that's why that's happening. technology. It's
Dire
crazy.
are scanning.
Dire scanning this Roshan, so they know what's happening now,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower is under attack.
it's going to be close, actually. This is not the fastest Roshan ever. As Sword's running in, he's so low, but he can't get there in time. They gaze on at Doom, and they do kill Roshan. They just picked up Amidara. The Soulblind is out as well. Big epicenter coming in from Sand King. He's going to be hit by the Infernal Blade, though the epicenter doesn't kill anybody in the end, but the Chain Frost certainly going to set up those kills in the end itself. They do kill Disruptor. It's just perfect bounces. The Mana Void does work, but they just wipe out the Dire side. The Mana Void certainly did damage there, but it was not enough to turn this fight. And now Anti-Mage needs to just make sure to get out himself as he does just that. Although Sven trying to bait out the counterspell. Anti-Mage is not falling for it. And he will certainly get away here. But Jesus, that fight. Yeah, you see the Mana Void essentially was just that one Mana Void doing all that damage. But the Chain Frost after the Epicenter doing plenty of work for Anvorguesa. 2,000 net worth lead. Anti-Mage almost has the Manta style finished. See, Lich is hunting. Trying to Glimmer Cape in, but not going to catch him. A little too slippery. BKB for Leshrac almost finished. How's Doom progressing? Crimson Guard's going to be this next item. Pretty good against the Monkey King Sven combo, of course. As Monkey King wants to get a Maelstrom next to help with that Wukong synergy. Just farm in general. Sven, he does queue up the BKB and he's working on it. Mithril Hammer purchased in the stash.
Radiant are scanning.
Invisibility.
Anti-Mage. You can just tell that's the game plan right now for
Radiant's
Anvorguesa.
top
They're
tower
realizing
is under
Anti-Mage
attack.
just free farming despite these fights going their way. They're trying their best to gank him, to be fair, but he is not making it easy. He's going to spawn his Manta, have them push. He's gonna bait out like this is the real one, but luckily for the Radiant, they didn't spend too much into killing it. You see Doom has the Crimson Guard finished. Kunkka, is that a Shadow Blade? No, he's got an Invis rune. He's spotted. Sentry's put down, and now he's in trouble. Sand King hits the Burrow Strike. Gaze to pull him back in, and Chris Luck is like, I got this, guys. Hail Mary. Or should I say Kobe? Four-man push down mid. Meanwhile, Sven's going to defend the bottom as Leshrac's trying to get a response down here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Towards to the shrine. The G-Pride certainly wants to defend the tier 2 tower, but good movement from Anvorguesa. I gotta say, it's just, I don't know. This series is a very clean series. Like, this game is not a very clean game, but it's much cleaner than the previous series was. Specifically from Anvorguesa, because obviously they were in it. So it is just interesting how that can change from series to series, depending on the opponent, you know, what they cause as a result, I suppose. But some solid decisions being made here. But Anti-Mage, Eye of Scotty will be his next item choice. I do think BKB is certainly an item that he would want to think about too. Big it is. I do. Well, we are going to be going here, but there are going to be some online events. In fact, one that I may be casting, or I am going to be casting tomorrow morning. That's taking place at the European region, with several solid European teams in it. That, depending on when the patch comes out, could be the very first event that actually has a new patch. So I am looking forward to that. That's going to be tomorrow and Sunday, and even Monday actually, as well. So. For an event called the Chi League. Done a couple tournaments for them before for other regions, and doing a European one tomorrow, online tournament. So Excited for that one too. Again, first tournament perhaps after the patch. Anyways, middle lane, glimpse back on Sven.
Radiant's top
As
tower
Kunkka
is
got
under
caught.
attack.
Monkey King is deep here. He does have a BKB. He is going to use it because the Splitter would have stopped him, and he lets it not. They also catch Kunkka with the Sand King, so turning back their attention to the tier 2 tower now. So the theme continues. I mean, these pickoffs are certainly great, and they get another objective out of it, but Anti-Mage continues to farm. They are going to go for tier 3, and this should ideally force Anti-Mage back. Can he cut the creep wave maybe in the next one? It looks like that's what he's trying for. Maybe the courier. Oh boy. Oh, the courier. It's going to be saved. Over here, Wukong's is throwing down. Buyback from Kunkka. Leshrac, he's melting with the BKB even up. The Soulbind goes out. The Chain Frosty will stay alive because of the BKB, but he can't get away because of the Soulbind, and BKB's worse. Offense man just beats him down anyways. Oh, that Soulbind certainly doing plenty of work right there from the Grimstroke, and now they're going to finish off the tier 3. And they're going to go right for the Rax. You see Static Storm, Disruptor doing anything he can to delay this. He gets picked off because of it. Backdoor protection kicks in, so Anti-Mage did his job. He cut the creep wave, and he will keep them from going in, and he wants to kill Sven. Wow. He is balls to the wall. Is this the best play, though? I don't think so. He's in trouble if he dies for this. Oh, boy. Do they have enough damage? They do. Anti-Mage goes down. There was no need to do that. Oh, no. And Anvorguesa has a free push here with 75 seconds resurrection on Anti-Mage. 50 seconds on Kunkka. This Leshrac is not nearly farmed enough to be that intimidating. Doom's going to go in. He doesn't have Doom. He puts a stomp out. They might get Sven here. Sven getting low. Warcry. He's running away. The Glimmer Cape also used. Disruptor pulls him back in with the glimpse. Popping a BKB, manning up against a Doom. He is barely alive on the outskirts, and he blinks away at the last second. Meanwhile, Sand King gets caught by the Splitter. He's going to stun back in, and they kill Ush. Ush is out for 48 seconds. If they get more kills here, I mean, this could just be it. Doom and Disruptor have to back off. They're going to definitely lose the Rax as we got to pause. Sven is all the way back at base currently. Anti-Mage still has 38 seconds, though, before he's going to be back up.
All right. This was over before it started. Well, this'll work.
It's hilarious seeing people leak, quote-unquote, leak fake patch notes. Drow's marksmanship now has a chance to insta-proc and kill a hero instead of creeps. I don't think that one's happening. All right, looks like Sand King's back. So, do they go tier 4 is the question. Sven's going to run back. By the time he's here, though, Anti-Mage might be back up. And that means Leshrac would be too. They should at least be able to get the Rax. They can't go another Rax. There's tier 2 towers on both lanes. So they either go tier 4 or they just fall back. And yeah, they are going to fall back.
Are under attack.
Except for the safe play.
Dire's middle
They certainly could have gone for another set of Rax if they had one exposed, but they did not. They could go for a Shrine maybe as Disruptor. The glimpse on Grimstroke, it looks like. Glimmer Cape. Saving it for now. Both Grimstroke and Lich have Glimmer Capes. They've been doing work this game. But Grimstroke is indeed going to be finished.
Comes at a price.
I hit the kill switch.
So the Anti-Mage death does ultimately result in the Rax to be destroyed. Anvorguesa gets something out of it. Anti-Mage is chasing, man. He wants something. He wants blood. He wants Monkey King. Or Sven. I guess he also has all the backup, so he figures that if they try to turn, he's going to pop a BKB, but with Dive Scotty. Madara, that's a very early BKB that didn't really do anything. But luckily for him, he is fine. I guess he expected a lot more follow-up. G-Pride just all of a sudden playing so aggressive considering what just happened. Roshan. It's a very long Roshan respawn. Who is this? Is that Anti-Mage?
My soul dies.
Well, no Roshan, but again, he doesn't have a buyback. Now, they don't 100% know this, right, because it's not a timer. Yeah, it has to do with gold.
Bounty.
They are going to make their way
Dire's
top lane
top
and at least
shrine
kill the
is
shrine
under
along the
attack.
way.
Illusion.
So that issue of Anti-Mage continuing to farm isn't necessarily paying out right now for G-Pride. As Amorness,
Dire's top shrine.
as
has
Anvorguesa
fallen.
has been able to pick him off several times since then. That farm really started accelerating. And even if they don't get the most objective out of this, they are going to get a tier 2 tower and a shrine. So that is great. But again, this is
Dire's top
Anti-Mage
tower
dead for
is
80
under
plus
attack.
seconds. That means that much less farm. And look at Sven. I mean, he's past the Anti-Mage now. Battle Fury was a free farming Anti-Mage for a lot of this mid game. Sven has a full
Dire's
Chrysalis
top
to show
tower
for
is
that. He's
fallen.
working on a Daedalus. Roshan still a minute 10. Leshrac Illusion in here. It happened to be a very long Roshan respawn. I think that's where G-Pride is thankful. Because if Roshan's up, then they very likely get the second Roshan. Timer favoring them. Monkey King, they're going in. The perfect boundless strike open to the Soulbite follow-up, and down goes Leshrac as well as Doom eventually. The ship's not saving him. They both have buyback. At least Doom's uses his. Sven did pop a BKB for that. Monkey King did not. Anti-Mage pushing out bottom, trying to put pressure. Force a response. He's going to blink it aggressively. We'll see if the Radiant does so.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They might just keep this going, though. The Chain Frost. Perfect Chain Frost on 2. Doom, that's going to be a dieback. Kunkka's dead for 45 with no buyback himself. So, yeah, who needs to worry about their base being destroyed when they're killing tier 4s right now? Anti-Mage, you got to get back, buddy. You are not winning this trade.
Dire's top tower has
And
fallen.
I don't think he realizes that. This tier 4 is going to fall. Leshrac is up with his buyback. A late one, I might add.
Radiant's bottom
Actually
barracks
surprised he didn't
are
buy
under
back initially
attack.
himself. Anyways, he pops BKB. There's an Epicenter in response, though. Disruptor is going to get picked off. And Anti-Mage, he is finally TPing back in, but suddenly he doesn't have much teammates, although the Mana Void is not enough damage. Out come the Glimmer Caves, and now Anti-Mage himself, he has to blink out.
Dire's top
Counterspell
barracks
to
are
help
under
save
attack.
him. Disruptor with the
Radiant's
buyback.
bottom barracks are under
It's going to be a
attack.
dieback. Godlike for Monkey King. The Ancient is now exposed, and Anti-Mage, the lockdown, he's dead. That should do it. GG, game 1, going the way of Anvorguesa. Who would have thought? This team, again, they do have minor experience this season,
Radiant
but I can't say going
victory.
into this event I would have figured, I definitely didn't have them as the favorites, but they take game 1 at least of this best out of 3. Certainly with plays like that, they can move on to the minor. They're one step close now. Gorillaz-Pride need to figure out what went wrong, and you know, I hate to say it, but Ush just did not perform that game. I really think that was a big part of it. Several split earth misses early on, and just the laning phase went okay for him, but he continued to be very behind in farm. So whether this is a Leshrac pick or just that game happened to be a bad game for him, I suppose is left up for debate. But it was a rough one, and Anti-Mage, sure, he got a lot of free farm, but eventually it just did not matter. Anvorguesa did a good job locking down everyone else, started to catch up to the Anti-Mage, got him killed a couple times, and then the game plan was simple execution from there. Congratulations to them. It is just game 1, though. We'll see if we got a game 3 forced out of Gorillaz-Pride, or if Team Anvorguesa could be the one to go to the minor representing the South American region. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We got that game number 2 coming up next on BreakyCPK, your caster. This is the StarLadder Minor Dota 2 Season number 2, the South American Qualifiers, the Grand Finals. Again, the spot to the minor on the line. Shout out to DX Racer as well. Make those awesome gaming chairs. They are a sponsor and supporter of this event. So, again, DX Racer, check them out. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.